Wolverhampton Wanders 3, Liverpool nil, and I don't really know where to start with that one. It was a game going into it I didn't think we'd get anything out of, because like any good team would, I thought Wolves would respond after we knocked them out of the FA Cup. I thought they'd be up for it, and it definitely showed. We were god awful from start to end. That first half was 45 minutes of the worst football I've seen this Liverpool team play ever. And I think the fact that I'm saying that, and I definitely think I've said that before this season, Brighton away in the second half in the league game only a couple of weeks ago, and for this performance against Wolves to come back so soon and to be so poor again. It's the club's a shambles from top to bottoms. The owners need to go. Jurgen Klopp needs to get his act right, and the players are god awful, and half of them need to go. And there's an argument I've seen going around that Jurgen Klopp needs to go. I don't agree because of the fact that everyone's been saying it, but he's got credit in the bank for what he's done with us so far. Took us to 3 Champions League finals, won once, won us our first Premier League, won us a League Cup, won us an FA Cup, the Club World Cup, literally everything there is to win, we've done it. The Super Cup, the Charity Shield, literally everything. But he's not completely scot-free this season as well, because he's made some mistakes, and his big mistakes were in the summer, where it's one of his great strengths, but it's backfired on him, and that's his loyalty to his current players. The likes of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, James Milner, all needed to be gone in the summer, all needed to be replaced, fresh legs needed to come in. You could argue his loyalty to some other players. I'm starting to question Joel Matip, personally. Joe Gomez, I'm not sure if either of them are good enough at this moment in time. Matip was last season, alongside Van Dijk. He was arguably the better of the two, but without Van Dijk and that centre back four with the keeper, he's showing that he really, really, really isn't good enough. Joe Gomez, I think all of the fans can see it. He's not good enough. If he wasn't English, he would be gone. He is making up the quota for the English players in the squad. If he was foreign, he'd be gone. He's not good enough. Then there's the likes of Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is world class on this day. You've also got the likes of Thiago in midfield, who has been faultless so far, but the two of them today couldn't pass 5 yards. They were terrible in the tackle. Their passing was awful. And I don't understand, apart from, again, mentality. The so-called mentality monsters, where have they gone? What are they doing? Where can I find them? You know, I can't even drive. I'll go pick them up myself and try and bring them back. You've then got the front three. Salah, I'm fed up of Salah. Honestly, I hate the fact that he gets the ball with his back to goal and he just leans into the defender and then he just falls over time and time again. Like, is he trying to win a foul? Is he trying to win a penalty? I don't know what he's trying to do, but it's not working. And he's just falling over and he's giving the ball away and the other team are just picking it up every time. Núñez, I still completely believe he will come good. However, now's when you need the Jotas, the Diaz's, the Firminos to take him out of the firing line and say, you're not on a good run, just sit it out for a few weeks and your time will come again. The fact that he ran on goal 1-on-1 in the second half and I just knew he wasn't going to score. I had no faith he was going to score. Gakpo, again, it was an improving performance. He showed glimmers against Brighton in the FA Cup and today he did better. However, he still wasn't the levels he needs to be starting in this front three for this Liverpool team. I think one of his key strengths people were highlighting was he'd play on the left, he would cut in and then he'd put in a cross. But I think in the second half I saw Núñez running from the middle to the outside to make a run and left the box completely empty. And I just thought that summed it up completely, because when your centre forward is trying to make a run on the outside because people aren't making runs, aren't making passes they should be, and then there's no one in the box, I just laughed. And if you don't laugh, you'll cry, because this Liverpool team can definitely make you cry, because it is just god awful. Jurgen Klopp, I'm not sure what he's meant to do at this point now, because he's made the mistake of, him and the club have made the mistake of not buying a midfielder. They bought in the forward, which I don't argue with. I think we needed a forward with Jordan Diaz's injuries. Nunes still acclimatised into the league. But Gakpo couldn't have been the only one. The issue is he was the only transfer, and now the midfield is, we're playing Stefan Bajcetic, who's 18. Harvey Elliott's probably been arguably our best midfielder this season. He's 19, 20. Henderson, Fabinho, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Milner, even Curtis Jones can't even get a look in at this moment in time. Klopp doesn't seem to fancy Carvalho in the middle. It's a shambles. Our squad is so lopsided. Now, come to the summer, I don't even think we'll do all the business that we can, because how can you get rid of all of these players and replace them all? You can't. You simply can't. It's too much unless you got Chelsea and their money to do in one window. Who are we going to bring in? I mean, if you're Jude Bellingham, you're not coming to Liverpool now. Arguably, Man City would probably be the best place for him, because they've done it now, Liverpool, where with the COVID season you could argue it's a blip. We had horrible injuries. And this season you could argue we had a couple of injuries to key players, and we have. Van Dijk's out, Jota's out, Diaz is out. Arguably all who start in the starting 11 on the match day. But we're not going to get top 4. Absolutely not. Which is not good enough. The likes of Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, United, even those in and around there, like Brighton, Fulham, Brentford, they're all much better than us. So why would he come to Liverpool now? We've shown that consistently, year in, year out. We've done it for a while, but maybe this is the end of a cycle. We can't do it. And we are poor. We are so poor. I haven't even talked about the game too much, to be fair. Joel Matip for that first goal just gives them a lead. And it's the epitome of when your luck's out, it's out, because nothing goes your way. Absolutely nothing goes your way. And you find ways of conceding goals. You find ways of not scoring goals. And you want to go on a good start. You want to settle in, quieten down the Molyneux crowd. All the cliches. But you just gift them a goal so early on. What's the point? And it's weird, because even our best players, the ones with the biggest hearts and the most drive and determination, your Hendersons, your Milners, they're not good enough at this moment in time. Where was Jordan Henderson from the World Cup for England? What's happened to him since? I know it's a team, maybe the team around him, but he's definitely at fault as well. Robertson, I think huffed and puffed, but I don't know. This entire Liverpool team just needs the season to be over, to be fair. I mean, I don't even know. I think we're playing Everton in the Merseyside derby next. I think we've got Newcastle soon, Real Madrid, Man United soon coming up, and I'd be surprised if we win a game in February, honestly. And people saying, oh, it's not that bad. But honestly, this isn't too far away from being as bad as Roy Hodgson in Liverpool. I mean, we could be in the bottom half of the Premier League after 20-21 games, which is woeful. I think I saw Klopp in the second half not even looking at the team, not even looking at the players, just new. And it was disgraceful, some of the goals. The fact that for Wolves' third, Ruben Neves could just run off Thiago when he has 10-15 metre head start and then just beat him into the box. Joel Matip sees him, but he just goes, I can't go to him because I've got a man behind me. And it's just indecisiveness, lack of quality, lack of direction. I don't even know what our style of football is anymore. What are we trying to do? Yeah. And we've got Everton next. And Everton, who have just beaten Arsenal 1-0 earlier on today. You can go check out my reaction to that video. They will outwork us. They will outfight us. They'll come downfield and they'll beat us, ultimately. If we don't rack up our ideas, do something about it soon. But I've been saying this for weeks, saying this for months now. I mean, nothing's going to change. Sean Dyche's Everton are going to come downfield and beat us with a packed stadium. Oh, it's not good times. It's not good times. And the owners. Oh, did I even mention the owners? The owners. Obviously, they put out their statement of sort, which says they want investment. Initially, they said they want to sell the club, but they backtracked on that. But make no mistake, the club is definitely for sale. And the whole thing about morality of your owners, about where they come from, I'm not sure personally I care too much, as long as they're willing to put money into the Liverpool Football Club. And that's what we need. And because this squad needs a full makeover, a full redo, a full reset. Because otherwise I'm worried. I'm so worried. Because without Champions League next season, we're going to give the likes of Man United, Newcastle, Arsenal as well, all the players who we're going to be targets, who we want to get, they're not going to come to us without Champions League football. Yeah, and Klopp, I hope he's still here at the end of the season. I think he will be. But at this moment in time, either the owners are daft enough to get rid of him, or he decides he's had enough and he walks. Something's got to give. I think the results have to improve at some point, because otherwise, where do we go from here? There's still 17, 18 games left of the season, and it's coming to that point where I think I'm just not going to watch the next game. But I'm not there yet. There's still hope. Yeah. That was... Yeah. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Because I expect so much more from this set of players. And if this is the cost of doing so well for so long, I'll take it, I think, on balance. Just because the memories this team have given me have been amazing. But I think loyalties have to be put to the side at the moment in time. These players have to go. About half a dozen need to go at least. Then maybe take it from there and see where they should go next season. But I don't know. The club is a shambles. I mean, when you watch an Everton's Sean Dyche's Everton, I can't even speak. Sean Dyche's Everton outwork, outfight, and have more passion than your club does, then the mentality monsters. Great. I don't think I have much else to say. We're a shambles. Well done to Wolves. I haven't even mentioned Wolves. They didn't really have to work for 3 points today, but they definitely deserved it over us. We were terrible. They were amazing. Must be tactical. The fact that we're trying to give Wolves 3 points to try and relegate Everton. I don't know. Where was Fabinho? Not even on the bench. Ugh, so much wrong. But I don't even know where to start. Where would you start? Let me know in the comments below.